chat. So ready.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Wait, are you ready? They were like, girl, we already been screaming.
What?
All right, so you guys are up for this. Now, check this out. It's been a little over a year since Josh Duhamel announced his split from ex-wife Fergie, and it looks like the actor's ready for more love and more kids. However, not everyone agrees with the way he wants to go about it. So Duhamel, who is 45 years old, told Dax Shepard on his Armchair Expert podcast, quote, "It's more about finding someone young enough to have kids. It's not as if I'm out there trying to blank anything. That's not who I am. I'm trying to find a girl that I can be with and have a family with." Now, while many on social media applauded his honesty, others kind of took offense to it, this implication that only younger women can easily have children. For me personally, when I heard this, especially the topic of having children, am very upfront about that because that's a serious life goal for many people. So when I go out on dates, I'm very upfront about whether or not I want to have kids, which in this time, no. And I also talk about, you know, in my past with, obviously, you know, my ex who wanted to have kids, I talk about age because that is a serious realization. That's something that you know, you have to think about for people you care about. So I appreciate this. I don't see shade in what he's saying because I think that he's being responsible about his expectations. And I think the key to managing a good relationship is managing expectations. I hope you're as energetic as I am to have a family. So if you want somebody of that age, we are not saying that anybody older than, say, 45 can't have children, but that's okay that you want somebody in a certain range to manage that expectation.
But we're assuming that he's saying like 20. He didn't say that.
Yeah.
But that's 45.
He didn't say young. He said young enough
to have children.
Correct.
So 40-year-old women are having children.
Yeah.
45-year-old women.
Janet
50-year-old.
Jackson.
And with technology today, you can have a child. I mean, if you really want one and you meet somebody that you fall in love with, you know, but I think that everybody assumed that he meant he wants a hot 20-year-old.
Yes.
And he just told y'all, he said, I'm not out to bang everything. I just want a family. And I think that that's admirable.
Yes.
And I don't think that we should assume that he means 20 years old because he didn't say an age.
I think the reason why people may have assumed that he was thinking about 20-year-olds was because the last girlfriend or the last person he was dating was, you know, 28. So she obviously was in her 20s. But the reality is once you turn 30, your fertility rate decreases. Once you turn 35, it decreases significantly. And once you turn 40, they say your fertility is half the rate it was before you were 30.
Damn.
But like Lonnie said, yes, it's very true. There are women in their 40s and some in their 50s having children, but with the help of science. But also sometimes that science doesn't necessarily always work. Also, with younger women, that doesn't guarantee you that she's going to have kids either. There are younger women who are having, you know, problems as well. But I do like the fact that he is honest and he is, you know, upfront about what he wants, because there are guys out there who are willing to sleep with anything and everything, and then once they fall in love with them, they're like, oh, nah, fam, like Adrian says, I don't want to be with you. You know, so I appreciate his honesty.
I also think biologically, it may not just be about that. There are actually older women who are just set in their ways and enjoying their life. Lonnie, that's like, you would, like, oh my God, I can't
You don't already well, just continue. So there are a lot of old women. There are a lot of old bitches that
Lonnie! I was actually going to use the both of you. How you guys will be like,
damn,
you know,
okay.
no, the both of them in the sense of like, they're grown women that are not trying to start their whole lives over in diapers.
Yeah.
I mean, no, changing diapers.
Changing diapers.
No,
okay, Adrian. I'm like, wait a minute, they're not that old. Yay, because I'm 42.
Changing diapers. Some women that might be past 40 may not want to be like, I want to start all over again and change a baby's diaper. Like, would you, if James Smart wanted to have a baby with you, do you want to have a baby? You've said it a million. Oh, wait a second.
Do you want to have a baby?
Leave me out of this. Leave me out of this.
Okay.
But before you were so black and, I mean, not black and white.
Yeah, did something change, Lonnie?
God.
I'm leaving. I can't say anything.
You are 3 right now.
Because you get it? She's black, he's white. This is so bad.
Wait, but Lonnie, I just have a question. Did things change? Lonnie,
did you change your mind?
I'm caught up on her talking about, you know, old people.
No.
That's what I'm still caught I can't
would you have a baby?
No,
so what
not
she's
right
asking
now.
is, if James wanted to have a baby right now, would you be ready for that? Would it help if he was
for
up
a
front?
person
he
of your
already has
age.
children. This is the point. This is what we're trying to say.
Wait, I missed it.
I
What was
said
she
for
saying?
a person of your age. That's better than saying older.
I could still have children if I wanted to. Okay?
Do you want to down the road?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the thing. No. I
better
probably
to
don't.
know.
I probably don't want to
She
have
probably.
kids. No, I probably don't. I
So
mean, do you
you're
want to have kids?
saying
Do you
there's
wanna
a
have
chance?
more?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
That's the question that should be asked.
Okay.
When you start dating someone.
Yes.
You know, and you think
Not
that you might
good.
want to
Not
deal with
good.
them.
Can you have kids?
Yeah, you know you're a little old right now. You know, can you have some babies?
So the question is,
do you want
to have kids? And what I'm saying is, I know a lot of grown and sexy women who may be like, I'm not trying to do that. Like, that's just not where I am in my life. I'm grown. I'm living my life like it's golden. Not saying you golden age, but I'm just saying. No, I'm not.
Who
guys,
made this
what
topic?
is the boo for? I'm saying you're not golden age. You're
worst.
not. What the hell is
This is
happening here?
AARP hour. That's what this is. This is AARP hour right here.
I hear what you're saying.
All right.
Yes.
Speaking of kids, have you ever heard of Fiverr birthday parties? Now,
No.
Fiverr parties are the latest trend where instead of kids showing up with one gift they picked out, every child chips in $5 towards one big birthday gift. It's a way to avoid the birthday boy or girl getting a lot of stuff that they don't want and they never use. Now, while many parents find this idea of these parties tacky, others found them a relief from spending endless money on gifts for every birthday party their child is invited to. Tam, when it comes to your kids' birthday parties, would you be willing to put $5 on it? You got that.
Actually, I think this is a pretty cool idea because you're being, financially smart, and it's true. Once you go to a lot of kid birthday parties, it could get expensive. Things start to add up. And then the other thing is you're actually getting the kid the gift that they really want. So you don't have all of this stuff that they eventually do not play with. And I don't know if it's only me, but I get so frustrated sometimes carrying all those toys and then putting it in the car and then, organizing it all, in the house and then realizing that Aiden or I are not even playing with those toys.
Yep.
Then you have to find a way to give it away to a child that really wants it. So I think this could be a pretty cool idea. I love it. I actually love it.
And it's definitely cheaper for the people that are attending, because honestly, if you buy a Barbie doll, it costs more than $5. Like a tiny gift is definitely gonna cost more than $5, so this is saving people money.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea, and even if you put it towards something cooler, like I'm trying to think, if you invite, how many people would you invite to a birthday party? 10 kids, 20 kids?
Yeah, maybe 20, 20, I don't think I'll go over 20. Well, his classroom is, about 20 people. I try to, get everybody, involed.
I think you come out cheaper that way.
Huh?
100? Yes.
What?
5 times 20 is 100. I was just saying, that's $100 that you get to put towards your child. I couldn't do the math fast enough. I'm done. I can't.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm the only one that just wants to have a little bit of a stipulation with it. I just want to know what we plan to get the kid. I'm very intentional with gifts, and I do think kids get a lot of toys. And for me, I didn't get the things I really wanted, which was books. I loved books, and I think there's so many cool gifts today, like Leapfrog, and those are the things I buy for kids. So I would just want to know, okay, we're putting this money down, what are we getting? Because if Tommy gets another truck or something, I'm be like, I want my $5
I think maybe you
back.
can
I'd rather
put
get him a
that-
book.
You're gonna decide what the parent wants to get for their kid?
I just want to ask. If
You
it's
just
my
want to
$5,
know what
I
the
have a
gift is.
chance to
Well,
ask.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I think you can actually put that in the birthday invitation.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? So if you want to know what you're putting the money to, I think it's the parent's responsibility to maybe put that in the birthday invitation. Be like, this is what we are
Working towards?
Yes.
Working towards.
Like if you gave Mama Mai a bunch of money to give me a gift back then, she would have given me some socks. And seriously, she would have given me some
I see
socks.
what you mean.
That's
You know what I mean?
necessary.
Yeah.
You'd actually use that more than
Girl,
a truck.
I don't want socks. I want a book. Give me a book.
Okay.
Now we know.
Okay, well, all right. Speaking of different opinions, The Sun recently reported on 2 college students who were set up on a blind date and ended up having 2 totally different views on how it went. Danny Tapper and Sophia Kypritis agreed to the date as part of an experiment for their university's newspaper, and after the date, were each individually interviewed about how it went. While Danny felt they had a civil political discussion.
Uh-oh.
It turns out Sophia found him to be misogynistic and anti-feminist. And while Danny seems to get the vibe that a second date could be in the cards, Sophia told the paper they definitely wouldn't be meeting again. So what do you guys think of this? This is quite interesting.
This is the perfect example of perception is reality. Man, like where you think what you think is going on is really what's happening, but it's really not. And then at the end of the day, you have her side, his side, and what really went on. You know what I mean? So I feel bad for him, but it also seems like he thought he had it going on.
But that's, okay, so my thing is, how bad was it? Because if I'm having a bad date, I will let the guy know during the date that, you know what, no, we need to, you know, straighten some things or not talk about certain things in order to make the date good.
Yeah.
That's just how I am, because I just don't like going through a bad date just, you know, because, okay, I just need to get this over with. I think it's a chance to, you know, because maybe he doesn't know that he was acting a certain type of way.
You teach people how to treat you in the process. So when you're looking at this, you're saying, one, either she was super phony, because clearly they went the entire day.
He said that she was really nice.
Yeah, he thought everything went fine. At no point did she say to him, I don't agree with that. I don't like what you're saying. I actually think that that's very anti-feminist, I think, right? And you would hope that she would express that to him in the moment versus sitting there and being like,
Yeah.
And then it ends and she's like, he was whack. I don't ever want to see him again.
Right.
That's one. And two, they both went into this knowing that this was an experiment.
Right.
Ooh.
I think there's something that's very telling there as well. Sometimes when you go into something knowing that there's an experiment, you be doing the most.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But you're looking at me like that.
I'm processing what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. Has that ever happened to you guys, though,
What?
where you had one perception of how the evening went? It doesn't always have to be
Would you want
dating.
someone to tell you how the evening went now that you're dating?
Absolutely, but I have a really good EQ. Like I can tell if if it's vibing or not.
Yeah.
And I would be like you, especially when it comes to feminism. Like if I feel like something was out of line, I wouldn't like tell the person they couldn't talk about it. I'd be like, tell me more of what you said, because just think about what you just said. And think about the person you invited out. Like,
would you just say, I completely disagree with that? I think that that's actually really anti-feminist, what you just said.
She did say in the article that she tried to educate him on feminism because he said that feminism it causes women to be toxic, and he called them slags, and I had to look that up, and it meant slags means like trash.
Yeah.
So
What?
yeah. So he was actually saying negative things towards her, but maybe you're right. Maybe instead of her just being honest, saying, whoa, that's not cool, I don't like what you said, she probably was just sitting there like,
Yeah, see, if you gonna do all that way, using them words I don't know and adjectives and stuff, I'm leaving the damn date. That's what I'm doing.
But that is also something that happens in the bedroom.
Yes.
Don't you guys agree?
that's what I mean.
There are a lot of guys that be in there like, boom, bam, bang, oh, I killed it. And the girl is like, you were doing nothing. Like, you did no.
Would you tell a guy that? Would you be like, that was not good?
And I think the reason why I would is because then you end up having to fake it forever. Either I'm gonna show you how to do it right now, or we're gonna be struggling.
I'm saying when you're dating. When you're married, absolutely you should be honest. But when you're dating, like, what do you do? What do you say
but
there?
But dating really could lead to marriage if you're gonna be with that person. So you might as well tell that person how to treat you now.
Yes.
So if he has a problem with it, you can let him go.
That's right. Do it to me right.